I'm Caden Talley, and this is my 2001 Pro Charge Roush Mustang. So, one of the first questions I hear anytime I drive this car to a show is it stock? Simple answer is no. Compared to a normal GT Mustang, this car had the full Roush suspension, the Roush body kit, and the Stage 3 had a supercharger. However, this is Stage 2. Stage 2 only came with suspension, interior, and that was about all. Of course, this is Stage 3 for a bumper on the car. Obviously, aftermarket done. Now, when I purchased this car, it came with a Pro Charger and a built motor. It was built by a shop out in Florida called Blow By Racing. Now, obviously, this car is located in North Carolina, not in Florida anymore. I paid $16,000 for this car, and the very first day it was ever driven, my father tore out the rear differential, which was pretty rough to watch your very first car get destroyed in the very first drive. However, of course, now that is fixed. There is a built differential, full built rear end, aftermarket axles, you name it, it's been done. Secondly, we had the Pro Charger decide to combust and go boom. On the way to one of my school dances, the exhaust fell off. Nothing like watching the rare Roush exhaust tip get dragged across the highway. Yeah, that was no fun. So, while we were getting that repaired, as it was on the lift, when the car was cranked, the Pro Charger just seized itself and went boom. Pro Charger said we could rebuild it, but unfortunately, after further examination, there was no rebuilding that Pro Charger whatsoever. Why? Well, because all the internals had damaged the housing and everything was pretty much destroyed. So, $3 grand later, in 2 months, there's a new Pro Charger added onto the car. I'll show you guys in a second. Once the Pro Charger got replaced, we had feeling issues. And by a few feeling issues, I mean a lot of feeling issues. The shop that I had paid to fix what was wrong with the car ended up choking out all the fuel lines and using the complete wrong fuel lines. Car had fuel rail problems after them. I'm not going to give names, but those who know. It's taken a whole year to get this car finally dialed in and correct. After that, I took this car to a shop called F & Rowdy. I'll leave a link to that in the description. F & Rowdy did phenomenal with this car. He tuned this car to be ideal for how I drive it, which is banging off red limiter. Every given time you do a burnout. Because I can. Still plenty of things I need to fix on the car, such as the antenna, power steering leak. I think after that, we're pretty much good. Recently I fixed the radio in it after the radio decided to also stop working. Yeah, it's been a pretty long road, but now we're good. So I can finally make this video. Under the hood of this Roush is a built motor, 4.6 liter 2 valve. Not a Coyote, not a 4 valve, 2 valve. There's Pro Charger P1SC. It is not no fancy Pro Charger, it is the entry level Pro Charger head unit. Nothing wrong with it. I'll crank instantly. Sounds really good. So, guess we should do a startup. Another thing I did to the car recently was this intake light. This right here is literally a stock New Edge headlight that I took a Dremel to and cut around the edges. And then I drilled a perfect hole that goes straight through into the intake of the Pro Charger. It does work. It's really nice sounding forced induction. So when the hood is closed, you can hear the blow-off valve extraordinarily louder than you could have before. In the interior, we have the Roush pedals, the Roush floor mats, the Roush seats. However, this car did not come with the Roush gauges. It just came with the standard GT gauges. Has the Roush shifter, and it's signed by Jack Roush, a couple of other people. On the passenger side, we have the Jack Roush signature. We have the Ben Hobson, Steve Saleen, T-Pain, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. signature. All of these I have collected, and this one came on the car when if you look to the side, you'll see the Roush side exit exhaust. These are not the factory tips. Due to not having the other factory tip on it, I decided to pay a shop out in Roxborough called Remco to fix the exhaust. They custom made my whole exhaust with really nice looking exhaust tips that fit really well into the spot that Roush cut out for them. On the passenger side of the door, you will find the Roush Industries Incorporation serial number. In the trunk, you will find the Roush toolbox that was also signed by Jack Roush. Due to a broken clip at the bottom of this, I had to zip tie it to keep all the tools from falling out all over the trunk. On my way to Mustang Week, it ended up dropping all of them and rattling around in the back. So the solution, zip tie. Another little Easter egg about the car is if you look under the wing, you will find the Roush stamp that this is the real rear spoiler. You'll also find another Roush logo upon the trunk, across from the Ford logo. Another thing you'll find is the 295 rear tires on the back. Roush factory came with 295s in the back with 265s on the front. However, these wheels are Whistler wheels, aftermarket wheels. I personally prefer these. Some people prefer the Roush wheels. I think these look better in my opinion. On the inside, I've attempted to keep this car majorly stock. It has the Bosch boost gauge, has the factory Roush shifter. I did swap it to a Pioneer radio because my old one broke. It still has the Roush plaque to prove that it is a real stage 2. Has both Roush floor mats that were originally found in the car. I wish I did have the Roush gauges instead of the normal GT. The car has 77,000 miles on it. There's the Bluetooth radio. I hope you all enjoyed this video of a walk around of the 2001 Ford Mustang Roush New Edge.